Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be starting in 5 minutes, so if you're just walking in, there are papers and pens at the table at the back. If you'd like to write something to the family or just your favorite memory about Danesh, please go ahead and do that. It looks like the seats are almost full. There's a couple over here maybe, so if you can't find a seat, be sure to kind of spread out as we're maintaining social distancing, but we'll be starting in a couple minutes here. Thank you.
ये वाली क्वेश्चन बाकी है ना अभी जो भी है.
Really nice to see a huge crowd here today to celebrate and honor our dear friend Danesh. Just to give you guys a little bit of background about what's going to happen in the next hour or so. We're going to start with a small prayer, and then after that, some of his friends will speak, say a few words. After that, we'll kind of leave the floor open to anyone else that would like to say something about Danesh. Any thoughts, favorite memories, or just how awesome and handsome of a guy he is, as he looks like over there. So, as we're doing this, there is a table in the back with pens and papers. So if you'd like to sign just anything, there's also a guest book there, but also if you'd like to write down your favorite memory or anything about Danesh, please go ahead and do that. We're going to compile that into a book and then give that to the family. So I think that'll be really nice. So if you guys have some time, we'll go ahead and do that. That's in the back over there. After the speeches, we will then kind of, and everything will kind of segregate and everyone can talk to each other and have fun and celebrate the life of Danesh. We do want to maintain some social distancing at this time, so I know this is not very social distant, but afterwards, please be sure to kind of utilize the entire park. I mean, there's a whole lake there, so go on a walk, something, but be sure to utilize the space. I know a lot of people are seeing each other after a very long time. And some people maybe just saw each other the other day, but take this time to reflect on Danesh and how awesome of a guy he is. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to have the prayer done by Nana. So, amen.
May Allah forgive all of the sins of Danesh. May Allah bless his soul with eternal peace. Amen. May Allah usher his soul in the abode of heaven. Amen. May Allah bless the family with the strength and courage to bear the irreplaceable loss. Amen.
My name is Alam, and Danesh has been, I've known Danesh since we were about 3 or 4 years old. We used to run around Jamaica and, we were never, I don't think we were that big of troublemakers, but we tried and failed probably. So me and Danesh became close again around our senior year of high school. He became the DECA president, I was vice president, and we got a chance to kind of spend a lot of time together through that after school and even during, and we had a lot of time to just talk about our future and just kind of what we wanted to do, and a lot of the goals we had were very similar. At the time it was just getting into UT, and so out of school, out of high school, that didn't really work out the way we wanted it to, so we both spent our first year at UTSA. We became roommates. and we argued a lot. And we argued a lot and a lot and a lot. But I think we really learned just kind of how to get along through that. One of my favorite things about Danesh was just how dedicated he was to doing what he wanted to do. If he set his mind to something, you know, there's no way you can get in his way. He taught us all to work for what we really wanted to do and what we really wanted. Spend our hours doing that, spend late nights researching the stuff we were just interested in outside of school. He challenged our ideas. You know, we butted heads a lot about a lot of stuff, and through that I found a lot more about myself out. And, you know, I'm really going to miss those moments, but I'm never going to forget them. One other thing that was really great about Danesh was just how mischievous he was. He always was looking for the next prank to pull, and I would tell him that I was unprankable, so he would try his hardest to just prank me, do something. And so there was this point where we were moving out of our apartment. He was moving out before I was, and so he said, before you come back, I'm going to do something to the apartment. I'm gonna prank you. I'm going to do something you're not going to know what it is. And when I got back after the break, I see a sticky note on the couch, and it says, "prank" in all caps, exclamation mark. And I was like, that's so dumb. Why would you do this? For the next 3 months, I found sticky notes everywhere you could think of, underneath the trash can. I lifted up the toilet thing one time because I had to fix something, and there was a Ziploc bag with the word "prank" written and a sticky note in it, and I was like, for months, like he did this probably in 10, 15 minutes, maybe an hour. It looked like he spent some time actually. But, you know, like, every time I found one of those notes, even if it was a bad day, whatever it was, I'd like, you know, I would find one of these notes and I couldn't help but to just laugh. And that was just kind of the power Danesh had over everybody. It was just, you know, even now we can't help but to just laugh and remember all the things that, you know, all the jokes he had, no matter how cool they were or how funny they were, or just how, you know, Danesh was also a very genuine guy. He never could really lie to you. Not because he couldn't, but just because he didn't want to. He had no reason. He wasn't trying to impress anybody. He wasn't trying to be anybody he wasn't at any point. And that's, I think, the biggest reason we got along is because we could call each other out and force each other and push each other to be better people, better friends to each other, but also better friends to our other friends, better sons to our parents. And that's just the kind of guy he was, you know? Just very real all the time. And you couldn't take that away from him. And that's why, you know, this probably hurts even more, just because I really want to reach out to him and, you know, ask him for some support. But, you know, that being said, I don't feel like he's gone either. The day I found out about his death, I wear my t-shirts in order, and the next t-shirt was one that he bought me. I had to go for a drive that day to get my mind off of things, and the next song was the song we listened to together all the time. So I know he's with me. I know he's, I know I'm going to see him again someday. And like until then, you know, we can remember him. And, you know, remember all the great things that he was in our lives. And I really miss him, but he doesn't feel, I just feel like I can't touch him, and that's okay. You know, but yeah, that being said, you know, I want to pass it on to the next person. Thank you very much for coming. This means a lot to me that, you know, just that we could do this, because, you know, considering the current climate, I was so upset that we couldn't fill the funeral home, you know? So, thank you for coming.
Hi everyone, thank you for coming. I was a close friend of Danesh. Before I start, I just wanted to say a phrase, an Arabic phrase. It's commonly said in the Islamic tradition whenever anyone passes away. It doesn't have to be anyone you know, it can be anyone at all. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And if you're unfamiliar with this phrase, it means, verily, we belong to God, and verily to Him do we return. I've known Danesh since middle school, and I was really fortunate to go through all phases of schooling with him. Well, after middle school, I went to high school with him, and even college with him when we both transferred to UT. And we've been really close friends since then. I'd just like to share a couple of really good memories that I have with him. He was so funny. He was a really funny guy, and I agree with Alam when he said he's a really mischievous guy. He always made us laugh. In freshman year, me, Hussain, a couple of other friends out here in the crowd, we all rode the bus together freshman year, and it was unique because we were going to a school where we didn't know anybody because we were going to a different school out of our normal zone. So it felt like on those bus rides every morning, going to school, going to Clements, it felt that, you know, it felt like a small family in that, just sitting in the back of the bus every day, and we would goof around so much. We would mess around all the time. And also, Danesh, he was also really intelligent. He was really creative as well. I know he did theater in middle school, and also, I'll just give you a little story. So in senior year in high school, we had a class together. We had English class, and we had a teacher who was really interesting. She was a really wacky lady, so so we would anytime she would say like some wacky quotes, we would like write it down on our phones, and outside of class we would just say those quotes to each other and just have a really funny laugh. And it was just small memories like those with him that made me really appreciate the good times. And he, academically, in a way, he actually inspired me because I'm more of a math and science guy, but Danesh was so intelligent at just reading and writing, something that I wasn't good at. And so, like, there was days where he would procrastinate till the very end to write like a 5-page essay or something, and then the next day when we got our grades back, he would get like 100 or something, and I would get like a B, and I would say, Danesh, why don't you write my essays for me if you're so good at this? So it was just really funny. Like, he actually inspired me to push myself a little bit better and get out of my comfort zone that way. Also, one of my fondest memories with him was just sharing our love of music. He was a really like interesting guy. He liked to listen to a lot of different types of music, and same with me. So all those days when I got to go over to his apartment just to hang out, we would, even going on drives, getting food, whatever, when we were in Austin, we would always listen to like the newest music, and he would always show me like all these new songs and tell me, oh, did you listen to this? Did you listen to this yet? And that was really impactful for me, because that was something that it felt like that was something we shared in common. And so 2 years ago, back in the summer of 2018, I think we were both taking summer school classes, and the other friends in our friends group there at UT had all gone home for the summer, and it was just us two that summer. And so every time our classes would finish, he would instantly like text me. I don't know how he did it, but as soon as the second my class ended, I would get a text from him and say, hey, come over, let's hang out. I don't know how he did it every day. Like, he texted me right on the dot. He would say, come over, let's hang out. Let's do something, anything. Let's go eat, let's go grab a bite to eat. And so and his door was always open. It was literally open to anybody. Like if you were having a good day, if you were having a bad day, doesn't matter what, you could always walk into his apartment. He'd always be there, sitting on his recliner chair, and he would always be an open ear to somebody I'll really, really cherish him for. It's all those times every day that he would give me company.